welcome back. So today we are going to change Brady into something super cute, and you'll get to see my snout today. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys a story. So uh, let me just get to it. I'll explain in a moment. Welcome to my face. Okay, so let me explain to you this video. I run out of content. I don't have a very exciting life. This is it for me. No, but for real. So I decided I am going to start a new series on my channel. It's not going to be, I'm not going to upload. Oof, I'm getting hot. Miss Claus here is getting hot. It's not going to be like every week, but whenever I'm in the mood to share, I will get on here and share with you guys my stories. Stories that are true, my personal stories, and some of them may be funny to some of you guys and maybe entertain you. So a lot of you guys seem to think that I'm really funny. Thank you. Half the time, I don't think I am. My family doesn't find me very humorous. Maybe because they've had to live with me forever. But yeah, if you guys find these little stories or chit chats funny, I am glad to make you guys laugh. That is the main reason why I make videos, and on my channel I like to keep things light and fun and about the babies, and if I can make you guys laugh once in a while, then I'm all for it. Anyway, so I'm gonna set up the scene. I'm gonna change Brady into I love this little Santa sleeper. It is the cutest little thing, and it comes with a hat. And I have been dying to put this on him. And it is getting closer to Christmas. And because he has two outfits, so I figured I'll put on this one now and let him stay in this until Christmas. And then the little Santa socks that you saw in one of my hauls. Anyway, so okay. This is a Christmas story. I promise it is. He's so stinking cute. It's a Christmas story, so it's appropriate for this time of year. I gotta warn you guys, this can go like down that rabbit hole really fast, so prepare yourself. Okay, it is Christmas Day because in my family we open gifts at 12 midnight, and so everybody sort of sleeps in on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, especially now that the kids are not teeny tiny, and we all open our gifts the night before on Christmas Eve and sleep in and then wake up to eggnog French toast that I make. So I was living in the city, in New York City, and this can be long, so get a drink, a snack, wine, whatever. I was living in the city, and the apartment in the city, keep in mind those apartments are very, very small. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. So I love electronics, right? So for Christmas that year, I got a video camera. And remember when video cameras first came out, those little teeny tiny like Sony or Panasonic ones that fit in the palm of your hand and you just hold them? They were real small, they look like little eggs. I got one that year and I was so excited. And so I can't believe I'm telling this story. So I am one of those adults that I'm very childlike. I can't help it, you guys. I love electronics and I need to play with my gift. So it is, everybody went home, and at that time I didn't have my twins, so it was just Jill and I, and she was already knocked out sleeping. So I decide, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I decide that I'm going to start fidgeting around with my video camera. I wanted to see how it recorded or whatever. So I'm on my bed, and my husband was, because most of you know, he's military as well. At that time, he was active military, so he was away a lot. This was a very long time ago, you guys, and it is one of my most embarrassing stories that I'm about to share with you guys. I'm fidgeting with the camera, whatever, and I am like so into it. I'm not paying mind to anything, and I smell smoke. And at that time, I used to buy real Christmas trees because I love them. I love the smell of them. Now I don't need to. I can just go to my backyard, cut a few leaves off the pine trees and make a wreath, and the whole house smells like pine. But in the city, I only had real Christmas trees. Also because we have nowhere to store those ginormous boxes of the fake ones, like the one I have now. And so I went, so I'm smelling smoke. So I'm like, what is that? So I thought, oh my God, my apartment's on fire because of the Christmas tree. So of course I run to the living room and my tree's fine. So when I get back to my bedroom, I smell smoke even more. So I go to my window, and as I opened the window, the entire room got filled with smoke. Somewhere in the neighborhood, clearly there was a fire, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So what does my little brain here start doing? Oh no, Tiny Tim. I gotta save Tiny Tim. Like, I kept thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to call the fire department or 911. And what is it about that number? I don't know about you guys, but that number unnerves me. I mean, I know it's because if you ever have to dial that number, it's never good. It's usually a horrible moment for you. So, that number makes me nervous. So I've never had to call 911. Only later because of Lucas when he was a baby and got sick. I had to call the ambulance. But at this point in my life, I've never had to use or dial that number. So I'm like, oh my God, do I dare call 911? What if it's not a fire? I start thinking about the fact that these poor firemen, it's Christmas Day. They're probably in their nice, cozy firehouse, and I'm gonna go and wake them or whatever, and there's no fire, and ruin their nice Christmas night or whatever day. So I'm like debating, but the smoke is getting more and more to the point that I had to close my window because my bedroom was completely getting really heavily smoky. So of course I'm here thinking of Tiny Tim, and oh my God, if I don't call, he may not survive. Oh my God, these socks are so cute. I like the little Santa face. It's a really cute Santa face. So yeah, so what do I do, right? So I'm flip my phone, because at that time it was the flip phones, and I'm looking at the 911 and I'm like, oh my God, I have to do the right thing. I'm an adult. I have flung my video camera to the side, and I'm like, should I call somebody else and ask if I should call the fire department? Like, really? How stupid am I, right? I finally got the nerves, you guys. I did it. I called 911. And of course, I'm so nervous. I was shaking. And it was a lady police officer, and I explained to her what I was seeing. I didn't want Tiny Tim to go down. And so she then asks me for my address. And I'm like, why? The fire is not at my house. And she's like, no, I know. But it's protocol. I guess they ask you for your address and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't need nobody coming to my house or whatever. The fire's not in my house. She's like, I know it's not in your house, ma'am, but it would be nice if you gave it to us, because technically if we wanted to find it, we could. I mean, it's 911. They can trace anything, I guess. But so she's like, but it would be nice if you would volunteer it, whatever, if you want. If you don't want to, then that's fine. So I'm like, now I feel bad, like, I don't want them to think I'm scamming them and there's no fire, you know? So I give her my address and whatever, we hang up, and I'm like, done. I helped Tiny Tim this Christmas. I feel good. I'm done with it. So I go back to laying on my bed. Those firemen are no joke, you guys. Literally. No more than 5 minutes later, I hear my front door about to like burst in. I'm like, I jumped. I'm a very anxious, nervous person. I've always been that way. My hands shake for any little thing if I get nervous. My stomach hurts immediately if I get upset. I'm just a very anxious person. So I hear this banging, and I'm like, oh my God. No, I'm gonna kill that lady. That 911 lady, she said that they wouldn't come to my house. I knew it was done by the way they were knocking like savages, like with their axe and pitchforks, whatever they had in their hand, right? So I run to the front door and look through the peephole, and lo and behold, I see a lot of yellow, which is those big suits that the firemen wear. So I'm like, and I am so like hysterically nervous. I can't think straight. Keep that in mind, because the story's about to switch to really bad really fast. So I'm so anxious about, oh no, when they came to my house and stuff like that. I'm sitting on my hat. I did not know that this shirt had this hat connected to it when I bought it. Although it's cute, right? But I ended up sitting on it. Anyway, so I go to my front door and I look through the people and I see the fire department. And I'm like, oh no, you already know, freaking Tiny Tim, right? Trying to do something nice and look what happened to me. I opened the door a little slit to try and just like talk, can I help you? You know, through the little slit. That man pushed the door open. Now here's where the story goes. Okay, I'm not dressed properly. Okay, so here's a little fact about me. I like ripped up clothes. I don't like tight clothes to be in my house. I can't have like real tight clothes. I can't be in jeans or just in my house. I can't. I like vintage old clothes. I grew up in New York City in the Village. I like the color black a lot. Most of my jeans have holes in them that I put there on purpose or buy that way. Hence the t-shirt that I was wearing, which was a wife beater. You know those men Fruit of the Looms that have no sleeves, that they just sleeveless? Which, by the way, why do they call them wife beaters? I don't like that. Did some man beat the crap out of his wife and he was wearing one of these white t-shirts? Like, where do these wife beater and those Fruit of the Loom t-shirts come in? Just a question. Anyway, so I'm wearing one of those. But I had cut it. Like, I cut a lot of my clothes. And remember, this is like decades ago, you guys. I was much younger, so I have a slight excuse. And I cut it like right above my belly button. I cut all my t-shirts that way. They're comfortable to sleep in, for God's sakes. And then I had on Christmas socks, because I have socks for every holiday. Hence my apparel right now. I have, look, even Santa and trees, down to my toes. I have Christmas socks. And the shirt with the buttons. So that should explain to you a little, that should give you an insight to how severely I take the holidays. So I have on that, but that's not the worst part of my outfit. The worst part is that my panties, you guys, they were very Christmassy. I don't think I've worn Christmas panties since that year. I have like a phobia with Christmas panties ever since this happened to me. I'm not kidding. So my panties said real big on my rear end, ho, 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 with a crapped up wife beater and holiday socks with Santa up to my knees. So I look like a deranged, maybe over the top elf. It wasn't a nice picture. I thought I looked cute, but I kind of did, you know, but to be in a room by myself. When that man pushed that door open, at that point when I was running to the door, I didn't even remember what I was wearing. And remember, I live in a very small apartment in the city at that time. I didn't have a robe. Now, because I live in this huge house and it's freezing in the mountains, I have like 4 of them. But back in the city, I didn't own a robe. Everybody walked around, you know, however they wanted. It was just Jill and me, you know, back then. So that was okay jammies for me. When that man opened the door, right, the hallway, you guys, there's like 15 firemen, okay, and on the floor, and cops are starting to, regular NYPD are starting to come upstairs, and they all have their tanks and whatever, and they're asking me, where's the fire? I'm like, what? And I'm standing there, and I noticed one of the ones in the back with a funny face. And that's when I realized, oh my God, I am not dressed properly. I really didn't notice until then. I looked down and I was mortified. I really was. It was so embarrassing. So then I try to close the door and they open it, and the fireman tells me we don't have time for clothes right now. There could be a life at stake. Which is true, you know, I understand that part, but I don't even know if this is freaking legal, you know, like how can this be okay? I'm not dressed. I look crazy, you know, like a deranged elf. Like, what? This freaking Tiny Tim, you guys. I watched that movie, I think, too many times. So I'm like, I don't know where the fire is. I told the lady on the phone, I had no idea. I just saw the big things of clouds of smoke in the air. I used to live in the 6th floor at that time. So it was pretty high up. And he tells me we need to see the window where you saw this smoke, because we got here, we could smell it, but we can't see it because I guess the smoke dissipated in the air and there's no more smoke to follow. I'm like, you guys gotta be kidding me. So of course I'm like, from my bedroom. So he goes into the house with those giant boots and all those men, and there's like 2 in front of me, 15 of them behind me, and I'm like in the middle. Like, can you picture this scene in your head? It's embarrassing. It was. It's kind of funny now, what, 2 decades later, but at the moment I wanted to cry, for real. So I'm like running behind the first 2, like that are running towards my bedroom, which is the one towards the end of the hall. And okay, my bed was a queen size bed in a room that had no room for a queen size bed. The most that could probably fit in there was a full size, but no, I went and bought a sleigh bed, a big wood sleigh bed with thick headboards and footboards in the size queen. So basically that bed took the entire bedroom, meaning when you walk in, the bed is here with the headboard here. There's a window there and a window here. So with the bed right in front when you go in, the only place that you have to walk in my room is like in a U around the bed. There's a dresser here, walls, window, closet. There's no room to walk anywhere, just to go around the bed and get into the dressers. That's it. So with those giant men in front of me and they all start piling in the big U, where was I? I ended up having to jump on my bed with my little gift wrapping all over the place, from the video camera turned to the side. I know they were looking at me. I know they were probably dying to laugh. So I tell them, look, it was that window right there. And I'm like, it's in the middle of the bed. By then I was almost in tears, and I wanted to tell them on my house. I hated Tiny Tim at that moment. I swear to God. So what happened was, now in the living room, there's like 15 cops. There's a free peep show, for God's sakes. A Christmas peep show. It's a deranged elf. So when he opened the window, I don't know, within the time period of them all coming upstairs and all the talking and harassing, the smoke came back. And so when he opened, I'm like, you see, look at the smoke right there. So he walkie-talkies, all these things. Half of them start running out the apartment and I'm running behind them. Like, it was crazy because nobody fit in those narrow hallways. Like, you couldn't even go around one of them. Everybody's like in a straight line running back and forth through my house. And I'm still in panties that said ho, ho, ho. Finally, they ended up all leaving. I locked the door, said a few cuss words in a fit. But then at the same time, I was like in a state of shock because everything happened so fast. I couldn't believe I had just gone through something like that. I kept looking down at myself going, oh my God. And I walked to my room, and this is where, you guys, don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me for this. But I'm saying the truth. This is a true story, so I have to say the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? I walk like very somber, in a state, like a dazed state. I walked back to my room. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. But I jumped up on my bed, literally. Like a little kid. And I started jumping up and down, singing a song. And it wasn't a Merry Christmas song. No. No. The song that I started singing was It's Raining Men, Hallelujah. Oh my God, God forgive me, please. I did. Something about firemen, you guys. I don't know, is it the suspenders? I wanted to end it in a good way. As I'm falling down on the bed like a leaf. Picture that, right? Ah, slow fall. I'm saying verbally, Merry Christmas to me. I'm so stupid. Oh my Lord, help me. Did I just share this on YouTube? But it's true. That's what I did. That's what I did. Am I proud of it? No. Look at how cute, you guys. I'm not proud of the ending. But it really was a very, very embarrassing for me at the moment. It really was. Like, who's not going to be embarrassed about something like that? And then it's just all men. It's a house filled with firemen and cops. It was an experience, let me tell you. So much so that it took me years to be able to walk a firehouse and look inside in the city. Like, I'm like, if I recognize one of those men, oh my God. Or if one of them is walking. I used to live near a Pathmark supermarket, and there was always firemen. They would park their big trucks in the parking lot. There was always firemen shopping in that Pathmark. Every time I would see the crowd of firemen, I would be, oh, like, because they were the ones from my area, from my firehouse. I was always scared that I would bump into one of those guys. It's embarrassing. Oh, and the story's going to end. Look at Brady, you guys. Look how cute. Baby Claus. He turned into Baby Claus. Let me put on his little hat. What did I do with the hat? Oh, right here. You know how this story ends? There was no Tiny Tim, you guys. This whole experience happened to me because of a hot dog. A hot dog. How, you ask? The next day I'm in the grocery store in the corner and I hear all the buzz on the street is, do you hear about the fire? Yeah, they almost burned the house down on Christmas and whatever, all due to a hot dog. What? I stopped to listen because I'm like, I know the fire that people are talking about. The neighbors are talking about. Apparently there was a guy, I don't know if he was high, drunk. It was Christmas. People tend to overdrink. He got hungry. Maybe they ran out of all their Christmas feast. That he decided that he wanted to cook a hot dog at 4 o'clock in the morning. One hot dog on a little pot on the stove with water. But in a drunken stubber, he went and fell asleep on his couch, forgot the hot dog, and he almost torched his entire family down. But thanks to me, they all survived. Only the kitchen got the worst damage was the kitchen. Apparently everything, like all the cabinets near the stove, fried to a crisp. But when I heard that it was because of a hot dog, then again, I mean, better than it being an arson or anything like that, you know? But still, oh my God. Brady, you so cute, buddy. Look at this, you guys. Hold on. You'll see him better in the picture. Look at how cute. Oh my God. I'll put pictures of him like I do it on my videos. I love this baby. He's so stinking cute. Oh my Lord, que lindo. Que freaking lindo tu eres. I am very sorry if this story was all over the place. I'm new to this storytelling stuff, especially when it has to do with something that I was involved in, and it's very embarrassing for me, but it is a Christmas story, and in lieu of the holiday season that we are in, I figured it was fitting, or probably not. And don't judge the ending, you guys, because I was much younger. It is kind of funny now after the years go by, but for me, it's still not that funny. It really wasn't. And to this day, I have a drawer filled with really cute panties with candy canes and stuff like that. And to this day, I can't wear one of them. That is probably why today, in my old age, I wear stuff like this. Look, I'm sweating like a goat in China right now, but I'm overdressed. No more wife beaters for me in case of an emergency. Oh my Lord, I'm nuts. Anyway, you guys, that is it for story time with me. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, lovely December. I love this time of year. As you can see, I'm very into the holidays. I even have candy cane light things hanging on my mirror over there. I have a little Christmas tree there. I have 2 Christmas trees downstairs. I'm practically Mrs. Claus. And so yeah, you guys, that is it for today's video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for listening to me yap. Tiny Tim. He's the whole reason why this happened to me. Tiny Tim. So it is a Christmas story. Thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, the babies and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys. Mwah. Happy holidays.